I grew up in East Tennessee on a farm in Cedar Creek. I learned at a young age that you reap what you sow. That was one of the main things that my parents taught me. Growing up on the farm, before school, after school, on the weekends, you did what you had to do because it had to be done. And I've taken that approach on life from the farm and from my parents, watching them work so hard to provide for us. It took us all. Working with my family and cousins together on each of our farms, which were there on what used to be my grandfather and great-grandfather's property. It took us all to work together, help each other. That was my first lesson in teamwork. We grew up with lots of love in the house, lots of laughter, tons of laughter. We worked hard, but we played hard. Same theme that I use today in my life. Both of them very loving, very caring people. My mom, she's the one who taught me my work ethic. And my dad was just a touch more laid back. So I like to feel that I'm a combination of both. My father loved to dance. I love to dance. Early on, I had a major issue with reading and comprehension that I had to really buckle down and work on. Later in life, I was very fortunate at South Green High School to have Miss Isbell and Mrs. Humphreys, two of the best teachers that I've ever known, actually. They believed in me, and they truly did. They gave me the skills and the tools that have allowed me to reach the point that I have. And communication, to give a child a voice, it's so important. And those two ladies gave me my voice and allowed me to communicate my thoughts and feelings on paper, which is so critical in today's environment, or in the business world, period. So in the Civil Air Patrol, at 13 years old, I got to learn about aerospace, about aeronautics, both of which I'm very passionate about. Airplanes, from the time I was a child, fascinated me. When it came time to make a choice about what I was going to do after high school, the Navy seemed like the route that I wanted to go. There was no possible way that I was going to be able to afford college. I went into the Navy and made it through A school, electronics, advanced electronics, and then later on went to advanced repair and calibration of electronic test equipment at North Island in San Diego. So got to experience a bit of the world at a young age, and learned a lot of things as far as about surrounding yourself with the right people. It's all very important, who you have in your life, who you allow into your life. While in the Navy and on the color guard, any high-profile event in the area, my captain, J.D. Cannon, who I respected very much, he would tell them to put Solomon on it, first and foremost. So I got to enjoy a lot of high-profile events during my career, whether it was President Bush Sr., meeting him, Randy Travis, opening day at the ballpark, the Rangers, 42,000 people live, stepping out, presenting the colors on second base, Van Cliburn playing the piano on first. The Navy, by far, did for me, set me on my path, helped me to grow up and mature, and really set the tone for what the rest of my life was going to be. Fast forward to today, and I get to work with the largest aerospace companies in the world. I'm living my dream. At TEVET, we like to give back to the community, and just a few ways that we like to do that. The Holston Home for Children. Last year, we purchased the software that they needed in order to get their kids spun up and ready to take the ASVAB and the SAT in preparation for moving on in their lives. Other areas of investment have always been veteran-related causes, such as Wounded Warriors is a big one for us. Another one, Niswonger Children's Hospital. We've donated on multiple occasions, multiple functions for the Children's Hospital. I've been there myself. It's a wonderful facility, and it's a great thing that Scott has done for the community. We donate heavily and regularly to the Junior ROTC. It's a cause that I believe in. When I look at what the high schools offer today, I think of, what better thing for leadership, teamwork, self-accountability, a wonderful program that we support. The reason Raytheon was a catalyst for the changes that took place was I was on the phone with a contracting officer, and her words literally were, "Let me get this right. You founded the company in Georgia, you're a Georgia company, you're living in Texas, and your employees are in Tennessee." And I answered that question, yes. And then we hung up, and then I reflected on the conversation, and I thought, what a weak story. And that conversation led to a lot of deep thought and reflection, which was, again, the catalyst to what I wanted to be a strong story. So after that phone call, within a month, I was looking for property in East Tennessee. I actually found one and drove through the night to get to an auction. Did not get that property, but did meet someone who then found me the property we are in today, and also the house that I'm living in today. I looked at one house and bought it. My goal was to make my story strong. My goal was to come back to this community, to create jobs, to live, and to enjoy the community and the people that are here. So in reality, Raytheon was the catalyst that took us to the next level. And that took time and years in reaping what you sow, not going for the instant gratification, building the relationships that will carry us into the future, that have carried us into the future, and that brought us to where we are today in this theater. When you think of Greenville, when you see Greenville, pictures of Greenville, the Capitol Theater is in the background, and it's really at the center of what I hope will be the revival of our town. So I look at the Capitol as being a beacon of light, and that if the Capitol can make it, then the rest of the town can make it. My vision for the Capitol is a multi-use venue for the entire community. Plays, movies, local artists, regional artists. I really just want to see the Capitol alive, and I want to see people in the seats enjoying the Capitol as I do. It's a wonderful space. It's magical. I hear so many stories from people who had their first date here, and I'm talking, local people who are in their 80s who had their first date here at the Capitol. How cool is that? Really just want the space to be enjoyed. Thank you, Raytheon, for the nomination for SBA Subcontractor of the Year. Thank you for the partnership that we at TEVET hold so very dearly. Thank you for being the catalyst that caused TEVET to be headquartered in East Tennessee. And thank you most of all for being part of our story.